ngmin is a tool that helps prepare your Angular code to be minified. So if you write something like a service, let's say this is a store that has some products, with an item that's an apple or something. And on the right is the result of using ngmin. You'll see there's absolutely no change there. Just kind of remove some white space. If you add a controller, app control, and then you run ngmin again, you'll see that there's no change. Now, where ngmin really kicks in is when you start using injection. So we're going to inject the service into the controller, and you'll see here that it has switched this over to the array syntax for injection, which passes a string of store, passes the array as the parameter, and then the string is the first value, and then the function is the second. So it knows to look up this service by the string and then use that as the first value. So similarly, if I were to do something like scope, and then we'll say scope products equals store products, you'd see that the result is still an array with scope and store and scope and store. Now this isn't a special syntax or anything. This is just a longhand way of writing injection if you wanted to do it and enforce those rules instead of having kind of the special magical way that Angular looks these up. Now the reason you need to use this before minifying is if we compare the output of these two, one being the output of running uglify.js on the pre-ngmin, and this one being running uglify.js on the post-ngmin. These are both minifiers. I haven't stripped the white space. It's beautifying and minifying. So before ngmin, this would actually pass P and R because it changes the variable names if you use the parameter mangling, the variable mangling. So P and R, that's not going to work when it's trying to look up store, because a minifier will probably rename your variables and shorten them. But on the right-hand side, if you use ngmin, it's still going to keep scope and store as the string values that they were, and then P and O here are going to work just fine because it knows that P is scope and that O is store, so that when it assigns these later on, it knows exactly what they are. So that's what ngmin does for you. It just prepares you to minify so that injection stays intact and you don't lose the kind of the lookup that happens behind the scenes. Now the syntax for using ngmin is very simple. It's just ngmin, the file you want to minify or to use ngmin on. Again, you're not actually minifying. And then the output file. On the docs for ngmin, it usually says .annotate or .annotate.js.